Check 1, 2. Yeah. Good. Pleasant good morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Patriots, persons listening, viewing online on VC3 TV, API. I'd like to welcome you to this press briefing, media briefing, as we outline our activities for our month-long celebration of independence, which will culminate with our usual military cultural parade on the 27th of October. With me this morning, permit me to welcome our Minister of Tourism, Civil Aviation, Sustainable Development and Culture, Honorable Carlos James. We also have with us members of the National Independence Committee, members of the media, and invited guests who will speak on various aspects of our celebration and activities as we lead up to this month of celebratory experiences for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We'd like to proceed very expeditiously. We don't want to waste much time. First on the agenda, some remarks by our Minister, Honorable Carlos James, as he gives an outline of some of what you can expect for Independence Celebrations 2025. Minister?
All right, thank you very much, Bomani Charles, and let me welcome members of the media who are here to cover this press briefing. Those who are listening on radio and other media platforms. And also let me acknowledge the Independence Committee and its chair, and those who are present here this morning. I would like to begin by outlining first how happy I am to see the series of activities which have started this month of independence, and how significant and important it is for our Vincentian community, those in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, those in the diaspora, those who will be coming home, or those who are viewing across various media platforms and what's happening in St. Vincent and the Grenadines around the month of October. I am particularly pleased as minister, and having been the line ministry in terms of culture, focusing on a lot of the creative economy, working on building out, not just during independence, but months of putting in the work from a policy level and working with all the stakeholders to really drive our creative economy. So you can see the best of what Vincentian creativity. You will note from the 1st of October on Wednesday last, we had the flag raising ceremony here in Kingston, and which was well attended. Quite a number of persons came out to witness and heard addresses from the Prime Minister. I also delivered some brief remarks at that event. But it really showed the passion and why Vincentians, when we say St. Vincent and the Grenadines is our homeland, and the pride that we put into wearing the national colors, picturing what it means to be Vincentian. And we'll continue over the next few weeks in hosting a number of activities across the country. I'm happy to announce here this morning, and one of the flagship events of the month of activities is our national parade, the military parade, which for the very first time last year we introduced as the night format to that event. And I'm happy to announce that we will continue to host this activity as a night format event, culminating with a number of cultural and creative components or aspects of the activities. And also on display would be members of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force and other organizations across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So this event will take place on the evening of October the 27th here at the Victoria Park. We will also, during this month, host a National Youth Awards, and the date schedule for the National Youth Awards will be the 18th, Saturday the 18th of October, where I believe quite a number of young people across St. Vincent and the Grenadines from the creative economy, agriculture, tourism, service industry will be recognized for their contribution to national development and will be identified as the next generation of leaders and pioneers in their respective roles and fields. And I'm really happy that the Prime Ministerial Advisory Council on Youth has been given that mandate to drive the National Youth Awards, working in collaboration with the Ministry of Youth in ensuring that our young people, there's inclusivity, decision making includes our ideas and the talents and creativity of our young people as part of the national agenda on decision making. And of course, on the 18th, we will have the Youth Award ceremony at the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College at 7 p.m. to recognize quite a number of young people in that field. We also will host a few cultural events across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. In Union Island, there's the Jam 46 in Byra, in Barrowley, quite across a few communities in St. Vincent will feel the presence of the talents and creativity of our Vincentian public. The Community College lecture on enslaved narrative, the story of Ashton Warner, will take place on the Thursday, the 16th of October. That is something I believe many of our young persons should look forward to. And we will also have the public speaking competition as part of the Active Independence Masters competition. We will welcome over 200 persons to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, just exclusively to participate in the International Masters Cricket. And among the featured players this year will be a West Indies Masters 11, who will also be a part of the touring team, and they will play a rest of the world 11 on November 1st at the Arnoldsville Cricket Stadium. Some of the players who have been confirmed for that event is the legendary Courtney Walsh, Ridley Jacobs, Phil Wallace, Sherwin Campbell, Mervyn Dillon, our very own Dayton Butler, Nixon McLean, Ian Allen, Stuart Williams, Jason Mohammed, and Pedro Collins are some of the players who have expressed an interest in being here. I understand that Courtney Ambrose is trying his best to get here to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but it's around the same time as their independence in activity in Antigua. And I understand that there are logistical arrangements being worked out, that he may or may not be here as part of this legendary team. But I believe the team is going to be skippered by Courtney Walsh, and the rest of the world team will have the announcement on those players in the coming days. But this is expected to be one of the spectacle on the finale of the International Cricket Masters competition taking place here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and the final on November 1st. You can expect a lot of creativity and ingenuity in our remodeled Independence Parade. We started moving from a morning parade to an evening parade, and you will expect to see quite a number of additional featured components to the parade, and moving in the direction of having a lot of creativity and cultural performances embedded within that parade, which takes place on October the 27th. Naturally, I'm encouraging all Vincentians to come out. Let us show solidarity and unity as Vincentian people. I'm hoping that our public transportation service, the minibus operators, will run and put on additional services on the evening of October the 27th. There are some places which are remote, where transportation would be a challenge, but I'm encouraging all of the minibus operators. Let us put on the vans. Let us conform our passengers from areas as far as Sandy Bay and Fitzhugh and Chateaublay in the north, and even those traveling from Union Island to mainland St. Vincent. I want to see quite a massive turnout in showing of solidarity and love and unity as a Vincentian people. And I'll be looking forward to that military parade that takes place. For the second year, we are having it during the evening of October the 27th. I want to just encourage Vincentians. We are going into a period where it's solidarity. We have to put aside our differences. And we have to pause and reflect on what this month means to us, what this period the significance of independence to St. Vincent and the Grenadines and to our people. And let us focus on building that bridge of solidarity. Let us focus on ensuring that the next generation and the younger folks from among us would see why we value the significance of independence, what it means to us. And if we are serious about nation building as a people, it is important for us to display a level of solidarity and love and unity in bringing our people together, in our communities, in our churches, in our organizations, in NGOs, in bringing our communities and our people together to ensure that this place we call St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the land of the blessed, we reflect, there's introspection, and there's a great level of understanding of the importance of our people coming together, working together in solidarity and love. I'm happy when I go to various communities across the country and I see there are people cleaning the streets, putting in the flower pots, preparing for the best village competition. There are persons in there. In fact, I got a call from a lady recently. She's doing her gardening project for competing for the best garden. And it shows not just an appreciation for our environmental stewardship as a people in taking care of our environment, but also it shows how we take care of our country, our communities, how we look out for our neighbors, being our brother's keeper and sister's keeper. That level of attention we place on our youth, working together in solidarity and love. And once we continue to do that as Vincentians, there's no place in the world would be greater than St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I'm seeing it in our creative economy and the elements of the components of our civilization, our youth, in sports, in the creative arts, in our scholarship, the many scholarships and the academic achievements we see every year. People going off to universities in troves like we've never seen before. The pride that we place in policy that translate into building communities, in programs in housing, in infrastructure. In fact, this month we open officially our commercial cargo port on the 25th of October. The transformation we're seeing in tourism, the many stakeholders who are benefiting, the taxi operators who are now buying not just one and two vehicles, but they're now purchasing brand new vehicles. Because they come to us for the concessions, which the government has facilitated duty-free concessions and brand new vehicles for tour operators and taxi operators. We have seen the expansion of stakeholders within the tourism sector. Farmers and fisher folk, the production support we have provided and put out for our farmers and fisher folk, and now they're producing, supplying all of the supply chains in terms of hotels here in St. Vincent, but also for export. What we're seeing is a Vincentian community and a society coming together, enterprising, focusing on youth, infrastructure development, advancing St. Vincent and the Grenadines, raising our Human Development Index. The indices are showing that we are going in a direction of positive growth. The quality of life among Vincentians is better today than it was in 1979 on October the 27th. And credit to that goes to our Vincentian people, hard-working people, farmers and fisher folk, people in the service industry, our civil servants, the working class people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You are primarily responsible for making St. Vincent and the Grenadines the place it is. And as we move into the transformation in our socio-economic build-out and framework and our society transformation that we're seeing, we have to do that committing ourselves with a sense of purpose and understanding that if we work together as a people, we put our differences aside and we work together as a people, we can ensure that St. Vincent and the Grenadines will continue to move leaps and bounds ahead in quality of life, our social transformation, and the economic growth that we're seeing now. Driving that economic growth, a lot of it partly has to do with not just public sector, private public sector partnerships, but also you, the Vincentian people, the informal sector, the operators who are contributing daily to our sustenance in providing food security, ensuring that even the environment in which we operate, the cleaners who keep our streets clean, we have to recognize and acknowledge them. That they too have a role to play in nation building. They too have a role and a significant role to play in ensuring that St. Vincent and the Grenadines is a country that remains steadfast in its commitment to providing space for people to flourish, for youth to achieve and go beyond this generation, and ensuring that every citizen there's an equal opportunity for prosperity and growth, improvements to the quality of life of our people. Every citizen, no matter your social class, your background, your circumstances, we have that significant role to play. And this month, Independence is one in which where we recognize the contribution of every Vincentian. And I'm encouraging all of us, let us work together in building St. Vincent and the Grenadines and creating a safe environment and a better place for our next generation. I am hoping that the activities remaining for this month will be hugely supported, and I want to encourage all of us to get involved. And let us celebrate what it means to truly be a Vincentian, the pride, the solidarity and love that we share among us. I want to thank you very much, and I wish the remaining proceedings of this evening, this morning's press briefing, all the success.
Thank you very much, Minister, and I think I can, on behalf of the National Independence Committee, echo those sentiments. Thank you very much for those poignant remarks, particularly encouraging persons, patriots, to support the initiatives and the activities put on by the Independence Committee and other members of society engaging in activities. And to tell you a little bit more about the activities that you will hear about on the calendar, the individual responsible for correlating the information and putting the activities together in a calendar format, member of the Independence Committee, Mr. Ezworth Ezzy Roberts, is here to guide us along that exercise.
Thank you, Bomani, and good morning to all viewers, listeners of this media conference. Once upon a time, the celebration of independence was centered around mainly Independence Day. It was more or less a one-day celebration in the early days. Then it grew into a weekend activity, or the week when the activities are being held, mainly the Independence Week, the Independence Day, time around that for one week period. And eventually we had it extended to a month of celebration. So over the past few years, as the CDC office, the Carnival Development Corporation office, we operate as the secretariat for the National Independence Committee. And we're able to extend the celebration of independence for the entire month of October. So, that being the case, I have here with me a calendar, which we usually put together. We usually put together a calendar for the entire month. And so I'm going to share with you now what we have planned for this year. Some of these activities will be organized by the National Independence Committee, and others are organized by other stakeholders, promoters, and organizations throughout the country. We had the national flag raising ceremony on the 1st of October to signal the start of the Independence Month and celebrations. Then we had on the 2nd, the launch of the Cannabis Expo and Conference that ran from the 2nd to the 5th. On the 3rd, we had Jam 46 in Barley, continuation of the cannabis exhibition, and we had Jam 46 in Barley. The idea of Jam 46 is an entertainment activity where we decide to focus on some rural communities, taking the message of independence and celebration to rural communities. So we did our first one on the 3rd, last Friday, in Barley. We have another schedule for this coming Friday in Byra. And then on Saturday, we'll be doing one in Union Island, Jam 46. And the final one will be on the 17th at the police canteen in Kingston. So on Saturday, 4th, the Cannabis Authority, they had a tour of St. Vincent. They had a number of visitors in, and they had a tour of the cannabis farms, etc. And then on Sunday, they also had a boat cruise, catamaran cruise to Beckway. There was a dance showcase on Saturday as well. We had a grand reggae concert Saturday night as part of the cannabis activity, and so forth. So there have been a number of activities that has been taking place. On Monday, we had the National Day of Prayer. Tuesday, we had public speaking semifinals, the commencement of the public speaking semifinals, which will be on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and also on Friday. Okay? Those days, public speaking semis. On Friday, we have the Pink Cap Walk. This is an annual activity, basically highlighting the cancer awareness in St. Vincent The Grenadines, both for males and females. So that Pink Cap activity will be held on this Friday. We had Jam 46, like I mentioned, scheduled for Friday as well. And then on Union Island on Saturday, we'll be doing another Jam 46. On the 12th, we have Ignite. It's a talent search finals. And we have from the Epic Steel Orchestra, Pan and Powder, an activity which will be held on the 12th. We move down to the 16th. We have the Community College Lecture, an enslaved narrative, the story of Ashton Warner. On the 17th, Jam 46 in the police canteen. And there's a Methodist Summit commencing at 9 a.m. on the 17th. On the 18th, Love Notes. This is an event organized by Darren Andrews and Company. And this will be held at the Arnesville Playing Field. And also on that date, we have the Youth Awards at Community College from 7 p.m. On the 19th, we have a luncheon by the SVG Ex-Teachers Association of New York. They have been coming to St. Vincent doing activities during the month of October. And this year, their event will be held on the 19th. And there's also a 10K run scheduled for that date. From the 20th to the 22nd, we'll be having the judging of the Best Village competition. The minister mentioned a while ago the Best Village competition, and a number of communities have registered already for this competition, and the announcements will be made on Independence Day in terms of the winners for the different categories. On the 20th still, on the 20th, we have the panel discussion at the Botanic Gardens. On the 21st, we have an Independence Church service at Faith Temple Church. And from the 22nd, we have the commencement of the Masters Soccer League, which will be held in Arnesville at the Comsport facility. And later on the program, we're going to have persons talking about some of the activities, and Mr. Michael John is here, and he'll be able to share more details about the Masters Soccer competition. We have the Schools Rally scheduled for the 23rd, the National Independent Schools Rally. This is usually well attended by a number of students and adults alike, and this year we expect it to be the same or even greater than we had last year. And this is also the date for the commencement of the Everything Vinci Plus Expo, which will be held at Diamond. So Everything Vinci Plus will be on the 23rd, the 24th, and the 25th, and culminating on the 26th. Well, the 26th and culminating on the 27th, sorry. We have an activity organized by the National Independence Committee called Highway and Taste of the Nation. It's where we would be featuring local foods, and this will run from the 24th to the 26th. The 24th to the 26th, we'll be having, the 23rd. It commences on the 23rd and will run until the 26th. Okay? We also have a lecture from UE on the 23rd. University of the West Indies will be having a lecture on the 23rd. There are a number of bikers who will be in, and the activities will commence on the 24th. And there will also be the intermediate high school. They will be having a reunion on the 24th. On the 25th, we have a bikers boat ride. It's called Escape to Beckway. There will be an event called Magnum Splash. And the IHS reunion will also be having on that date as well. That date is also the commencement, the 25th, commencement of the Masters Cricket competition. And we will see activities for Masters Cricket running up until the 4th of November. On October 26th, the day before Independence, Everything Vinci Plus, Master Soccer competition, Highway and Taste of the Nation foods. Bikers will be having an event called Legacy Boat Ride. We have bikes and bikinis. It's a beach splash at Private Mountain. There's some motorsport activities, Gospel Hall Independence Convention, and there's Flags and Colors, which is an event which will be held in Canouan. On Independence Day, of course, the National Parade, the big thing on that day, and this will be followed by a cultural event. Last year, you can recall a number of persons came to Victoria Park to witness the spectacle of the Independence Parade being held late evening into the night, and also the cultural event which followed. This year we'll be doing likewise. The content, of course, will be different, but there'll be a cultural activity following the Independence Parade. And we have bikers activity on that day, along with some motorsport activities. The Lions Club Public Speaking Competition finals will be held on the 30th. October 30th will be the Lions Club Public Speaking finals, and that's the final thing on our Independence calendar for the month of October 2025.
Thank you very much, Mr. Roberts. As you just heard, I'm sure you will agree that we're having a packed month of activities. I encourage patriots to take your vitamins and get involved. Let us celebrate our 46th year of independence. As you heard, we have with us a few members of stakeholder organizations that would be executing activities on the calendar as well. And one of them, representing the Lions Club, is here with us this morning, Mr. Michael John. We invite him to give us a brief outline of their programming and to speak to some of the other activities that they would be involved in as well. Please welcome Mr. John.
Thank you. Good morning to everyone in the viewing audience as well, and to persons present here this morning. As Bomani said, my name is Michael John, and I am the president of the St. Vincent South Lions Club. I'm actually wearing two hats this morning because I'm also representing Vinci Masters as the main organizers of their Masters football that is dubbed the Independence Cup. But first, let me speak about Lions Club and the public speaking competition. Yesterday, we kicked off the competition with Zone 1, and we had 5 schools in that zone. I must say at this point that we are very pleased with the response this year from the schools. We have 20 schools taking part, and this is indeed a high number when you compare it to previous years. So commendation must be given to the Ministry of Education, the teachers, and the brave students who are coming forward and representing their schools, which we know is not an easy task to stand in front of an audience and speak, especially when it comes to the impromptu topics. Today, we will be having Zone 2, and there's 5 schools in that zone. Tomorrow we'll be having Zone 3, and Friday we will be having Zone 4. The preliminaries will be taking part, will be held at the French's house, and I could tell you yesterday it was jammed in terms of the number of students who attended the preliminaries, and we are expecting that throughout the remaining days. I must also highlight our main sponsor, that's Flow, and they've been with us for over a quarter of a century, and we have just negotiated a new contract with them, and that contract is valued 34,000 EC dollars. So I think we should really be grateful. We are really grateful to Flow for coming up once again with this huge sponsorship. And this is a right investment in terms of our youths. As we know, our youths, they need a lot of guidance, a lot of assistance, and we are very grateful to Flow for coming forward and sponsoring, once again, our public speaking competition. The finals will be held on the 30th, and that will be at the Methodist Church Hall. And of course, as you know, that's really a big event, and we're really looking forward to the finalists who normally do justice to whatever topic that is given to them. So that will be the final of our public speaking competition. Just a little backdrop though in terms of the Lions Club. The Lions Club been in existence since 1978, and we are really visible within our communities. The public speaking is one of our major events. We also do tree planting as well in the Montreal watershed area. That's also one of our signature projects. And we would have assisted in many areas. We respond to natural disasters. As you may know, we set up different warehouses and so on to manage goods, to distribute to persons who have been affected. So the Lions Club has been around for a while, and we are very active in the community, and I just want to highlight that as president. One of my pledges, President, this year also is to assist at least 2 needy persons in the area of housing. That's a pledge I've made to the club, and the board and the other members of the club, they are on board with me in terms of seeing that become a reality. Good, so that's it in terms of Lions Club. I will now move on to football, Masters football. And this year, this is the 4th edition of the Vinci Masters Comsport Independence Football Tournament. This is a 7-a-side football tournament, and as I said, it's the 4th year. It's being held at the Comsport Sporting Facility, and I think most people by now will know where the Comsport Sporting Facility is, a private playing field opposite the gas station, Sol gas station in Arnoldsville, to the back of the Hyundai dealership. This year, we have a added attraction whereby we've been able to attract a team from the USA, and they will be coming to take part in the competition. Apart from that, for the first time, we are having the Barley Masters and the Layu Masters. And you all will know that these are 2 communities that are known for good football, and we are pleased to have them on board. In terms of the other teams, we have a widespread because what we try to do is to cover the entire country in terms of getting the teams on board. We had 14 teams showing interest in taking part, but because of the limited time, we can only accept 10 teams. So the competition will kick off on the 22nd, that's Wednesday, and we will be having matches from 6 p.m. on those weekdays from Wednesday to Friday. On Saturday, we're going to start at 2, and on Sunday and Monday, they're going to be from 10 a.m. Over the years, the tournament creates a lot of buzz, a lot of excitement, and I know this year, with the inclusion of the new teams, it will be even of a much higher standard. The defending champions is Rogers Photo Ola Boys. We also have teams like Hope International, which is one of the oldest clubs. They celebrated 30 years some time ago. I think it was a couple of weeks ago. The other aspect that I want to mention is that the tournament has created so much interest over the years that you have people from other countries, neighboring countries, who are playing in teams. So you have players like from Grenada who want to be a part of teams. We have Vincentians who are living in the USA who are coming home to join teams locally. So as I said, it has created a buzz, and the standard is growing. I must say though, the tournament is a very expensive tournament to administer, with a budget of over 10,000 EC dollars. As you know, it's played under lights most of the time, although there are some day matches as well. And this year, we have increased the first prize money to 1,000 US. You might say, some people might say it's high, some people might say it's low, but you have to take into consideration. You're gonna get 1,000 US playing for 5 days. And to me, I think is a rewarding prize. So I like to thank some of the sponsors. There's still a lot more room for sponsorship. As you know, the venue is a venue that is ideal for branding, and I am appealing to corporate St. Vincent who want to come on board, showcase your brand, while the patrons could watch a good standard of football. I would like to thank the sponsors thus far. BDO, they're one of our sponsors. Hyundai Motors, Comsport, of course, Computech. Those are our sponsors, and the High Room Brewery, they are coming on board for this year for the first time. So I like to thank them, and I'm really appealing to the public to come out, give support. I know each team have their following, and we are expecting it to be a very good tournament, as it has been over the years. And as I said, I just want to make the appeal to the general public to journey out to Annisvale. It's not too far from the national stadium, from the Annisvale Sporting Complex. You could actually walk across from there and enjoy the games. The atmosphere is good. There will be local food, there will be music, there will be lots of high-room product on sale, so you could come and have a grand time. And remember, it's from Wednesday, and we're going right through until Monday. Let me thank the 9 Morning Committee for the
Independence.
Independence Committee for this opportunity to, explain or showcase what we have to offer. The Independence Cup is a very good product, and come and experience it for yourself. All right.
Thank you very much, Mr. John. You are forgiven for that, a common error, mistake. On behalf of the Independence Committee, we thank you very much for your work and dedication over the years, particularly with the young people, Lions Club involvement with the public speaking competition, and of course your involvement with the Masters football tournament. Lot of activities for October. Moving right along, one of the traditionally highly anticipated activities of Independence is the military parade put on by the Royal St.Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force. And this year would be no exception. With us this morning to expound on those plans, we have Lieutenant Commander William Tibbles of the Coast Guard branch to join us.
All right, good morning all. Thank you, Bhavani. As said, my name is William Tibbles, Lieutenant Commander, representing the Royal St. Vincent and Grenadines Police Force. I'll be this year's parade commander. We have started rehearsals. As expected, and also highly anticipated, there will be 7 armed guards that will include the police, the auxiliary forces, the cadets that will amount to the 7 armed guards, and we also have approximately the 10 unarmed guards. That will be the prisons, the Girl Guides, the Scouts, the Pathfinders. Everything is flowing smoothly. The parade, as mentioned earlier, will be an evening parade, and it will be expected to start at 6 in the evening, or on the arrival of Her Excellency the Governor General. Once the parade commences, we'll do the toast to the nation. The troops will take part in a march past, and then we'll have the speech by the Honorable Prime Minister. At that point, the parade will close off at Victoria Park, and then instead of having a up-tongue salute, we'll be now having a down-tongue salute in front of the port. So the troops will march from the Victoria Park and proceed in having that salute downtown. So primarily, that's it for the parade. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tibbles. And as I said, traditionally the military parade has always been highly anticipated, and we look forward to innovations this year as well. Joining us next to expound on recent additions to the Day of Celebration is a cultural component, as we saw last year at Victoria Park. And we invite the chairman of the SVG National Independence Committee to elaborate.
All right, a pleasant good morning, all those who are viewing and listening via radio. The National Independence Committee, members of that committee, the media, and the other organizations and promoters for the month of celebration Mr. Chair, if you may allow me, I would like to go back just a little bit to the 23rd of October, where we mentioned that there would be the National School Rally. Following directly after the National School Rally, we're going to have a cultural parade commencing right here at Victoria Park, directly after the end of that ceremony, and we're going to take that parade around Kingston, showcasing our identity, which it is a part of our theme, the national theme for independence. So that is something I want persons to look forward to. The storyline for that is Time Longer Than Twine, and the artistic director for that is Mr. Jekyll Mars. So we are looking to put about 300 persons within that parade with a storyline that represents us as Vincentians, and persons should look forward to that. So that is also on the 23rd of October. My role here now is to talk about the cultural aspect of the National Independence Parade, which is a collaboration between the National Independence Committee and the Royal St. Vincent The Grenadines Police Force, something that started last year after long years of conversations about in creating that marriage of the military parade and a cultural aspect of it. We successfully done that last year, and the Vincentian public, by all accounts, was well received. And this year, having conversations with the different members of the committee, which the police is also a part of that committee, working together hand in hand collectively, we decided that we're going to take back that same approach and give the Vincentian public something that was a wow factor in 2024, and that it will be no different this year. So, as mentioned earlier from Mr. Tibbles, the parade would start at 6 p.m. But just before the start of the parade, we want to invite persons to come to Victoria Park as early as 3 p.m., where we're going to feature different traditional games that are unique to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So it's like when last you play some morale, when last you play some hopscotch, when last you play wrong dodge. So you're going to see some elements of those traditional games here in Victoria Park. So come out early, bring the children, bring the entire family, because the military parade, the independence parade, has always been about family, the family aspect of things. So starting at 3 p.m., we're going to have those traditional games. I mean, other different things that are going to be happening that is unique to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Directly after the falling out of the military parade and the downtown salute, we're going to go straight into the cultural and entertainment package of the evening, which is also a storyline that has a lot of surprises, big surprises. Another big storyline, the name of that production is called One Road, and persons have to come and experience what One Road is all about. As I said, you're going to have a lot of surprises. Some great impacts that is going to happen here, and again, that production is going to feature just about 300 performers from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You're going to see a mass choir, you're going to see a mass drumming group, you're going to see a mass dance group, because we want to do everything big and represent our culture to the best of our ability. There are going to be some tricks in between here and there. Some things that you have never seen before in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and the logistics, the production, and the technical team started that conversation already with the Independence Committee. So that is something that you guys can look forward to. I'm going to encourage everybody to come early. If we remember what happened last year, so come out early, get a good seat or get a good standing space, whichever one you desire. But it is a collaboration between the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force and the Independence Committee. We are very much excited. The creative and artistic team has started the preparation. You're going to also see performances and elements of the Curry Festa presentation that we did in Barbados this year. And by all accounts, that was also a success. So you can also come and see some of that on display. We are excited and we are ready to go, and I'm taking this time to personally invite each and every one of you, those who would be viewing online. Yes, we're going to be streaming the National Parade for those who can't make it down, and for those who still haven't made up their mind yet, we have direct flights that are coming to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, not only for the national activities, because you heard some of the wonderful things that are happening throughout the month of October, but it's really a time for us to feel good. really a time for us to cement our identity as Vincentian, and it's really a time for us to empower ourselves as Vincentian during this period and beyond. So on behalf of the entire Independence Committee, I want to say thank you to everyone in advance for going out and support not just the Independence Committee activities, but all the activities that are happening in October 2025. Be safe, and can't wait to see you at Victoria Park on October 27. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was Mr. Rodney Small, chairman of the SVG National Independence Committee, and I think I should say, because there might be some confusion, the SVG National Independence Committee Secretariat is housed at the Carnival Development Corporation, and traditionally the chair or the CEO of CDC also assumes the role of chair of the National Independence Committee, and the committee is constituted of various stakeholders, state and semi-private as well, including the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, members from the Department of Culture, members of staff at the Carnival Development Corporation as well. So we've tried to work as closely together as we can over the years to develop the program activities for independence. Our final presenter this morning, if you notice, we're trying to move speedily along before midday. I'm not sure if we have lunch. Another one of the outstanding activities for the month of independence is the Pink Cap Walk. And joining us this morning to expound a bit on that is Dr., and let me ensure I pronounce that correctly, Dr. Riallen Burke. Did I get it?
Yes, that's right. Good morning to everyone. As he mentioned, I am Dr. Riallen Burke, representing the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Medical Association. Now, the month of October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the association have quite a few activities planned out. This Friday, 10th of October, is our signature project, the Pink City Walk. This commences at 3:30 p.m. at the Heritage Square. Now, once we depart Heritage Square, we march along Upper Bay Street, turning onto Higginson Street, then onto Grenville Street, Halifax Street, back to Heritage Square. At Heritage Square, we will be having a short and very engaging program. We plan on having a prize-giving activity and games just before everything starts. From there, we'll have short scripts encouraging breast cancer patients and persons who are in contact with persons battling with breast cancer. And then we'll also have entertainment. We'll be having dance and instrumental pieces. Quite engaging. So I do encourage persons to come on out, show your support, wear your pink, march with us as we bring awareness of breast cancer to the general public. Now, in the month of October, we'll also be having a pink bake sale, and this will happen right in front of the Accident and Emergency Department at the Milton Kate Memorial Hospital. It starts at 9 a.m. So come out and again, support. Also following on that day, we will be having Her Wellness Day. Well, this happens on the 22nd of October. Here we'll have free breast examinations and free mammograms for persons who fall within the criteria for mammograms. All right, and for last month, we did not forget the men. We had our prostate cancer awareness, because prostate cancer awareness month is in the month of September. So we had our men's wellness day right outside A&E department. That was on the 23rd of September. We had a wellness day as well, targeting police. So we went to the police training school. And we also had a health fair right outside of the old Treasury building. And not forgetting, for our month of October, there'll be a pink walk and health fair in Georgetown, and that is on the 17th of October, commencing at 9 a.m. So once again, do join us, support, wear your pink, come on out, and let's raise awareness.
Thank you very much, Dr. Burke. And we join you in encouraging persons to participate and show support for your initiative, the Pink City Walk, you call it. Yes, and that concludes, ladies and gentlemen, our presentation this morning. We are open to questions from the media here present. I must excuse the Minister, the Honorable Minister of Tourism, who has had to leave as today's cabinet, and he would have deliberations there this morning. But we are open to questions. Members of the committee, I'm sure, can answer. And after that, we'll have the vote of thanks by Ms. Simone Richardson. So that was a question by Koja, wanting to know from, for the benefit of those listening, wanting to know from Mr. John how many teams are involved in the Masters, and the answer was 10. Any further questions? Okay, sounds like we've had our fill in terms of information this morning. So before we wrap up and before I bring Ms. Simone Richardson to do the vote of thanks, I would like to encourage all viewing, listening to visit our social media pages, independence.svg, that's on Instagram, independence.svg, and on Facebook, it's SVG Independence Committee, and there posted will be our all the information, the calendar of activities, flyers, promotions, activities as well. Right, and just a reminder, that's independence.svg for Instagram, and Facebook, SVG Independence Committee. At this time, I'd like to invite Ms. Simone Richardson to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good morning, everyone. As we conclude this informative and exciting press briefing, it is my distinct privilege to offer a sincere vote of thanks on behalf of the Independence Committee. First and foremost, a massive thank you to Mr. Bamani Charles for graciously hosting this event this morning. Our deepest gratitude goes to the Honorable Minister of Culture, Honorable Carlos James, for delivering such insightful remarks. Minister, your passionate call to take pride in our nation and to proudly wear our national colors resonates deeply, and it is a perfect rallying cry as we head into our 46th year of independence. We extend our sincere appreciation to all the presenters who took the time to detail their fantastic lineup of events. To our very own Mr. Ezot Roberts, thank you for thoroughly outlining the diverse activities scheduled for the entire month of independence. Our thanks also goes out to Mr. Michael John for providing an engaging overview of both the Lions Club public speaking competition and the highly anticipated Independence Masters football competition. We recognize Lieutenant Commander William Tibbles for giving us a clear and commanding overview of the military parade, a true display of national discipline and pride. To our chairman, thank you for highlighting the key aspects of the cultural parade. And I can say, given the reviews from last year, I know St. Vincent and the Grenadines is anticipating a wonderful production for this year. We must also give special thank you to Dr. Burke and the entire team of the SVG Medical Association for continuing to advocate and to so tirelessly for breast cancer awareness. Thank you very much. Your commitment to the health of our nation is commendable and vital. Finally, to the dedicated members of the media, thank you for covering this launch and for your commitment to ensuring the entire nation is informed And a very heartfelt thank you to the entire Independence Committee for your countless hours of planning and hard work to ensure that this month of independence, our 46th year, would be a splendid one. Let's look forward to celebrating 46 years of independence with unity, pride, and enthusiasm. We encourage everyone to participate fully in this month of activities. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Simone. And with that, we bring an end to this morning's press conference. Do enjoy the rest of your day.